Good morning and a warm welcome to our monthly house view. Economic activity is gradually returning to normal and inflation is slowing after a rebound in the first quarter. High interest rates seems to be the main reason for the cold snap that hit US economic activity in late spring, but fundamentals remain relatively solid. Overall, latest data confirm our scenario of a soft landing and the continuation of the disinflationary trend in the second half of the year. Market expectation for Fed funds rate suggests that this scenario is also the one that is currently favored by investors. In June and July, there has been an increase in uncertainty due to parliamentary elections in France and the UK. But disappointment over economic growth remains the primary risk for financial markets in our view. With also the US elections coming up at the end of the year, investors could demand higher risk premia depending on the outcome and the public policies implemented. How does it translate into our asset allocation? In our portfolios, we remain overweight global equities with a preference for US equities. The resilient macro backdrop, coupled with lower interest rates, continues to be a positive factor for risky assets. But we have reduced our exposure to cyclical sectors, in particular in the automobile and components, capital goods, and insurance sectors. Even if European markets are benefiting from low valuations and a modest cyclical upturn in activity, they continue to be heavily impacted by political developments and the sector exposure that is less geared towards the long-term growth prospects of artificial intelligence. We increased the duration of our sovereign bond allocation in US and Canadian dollar, the sterling and Swiss franc portfolios. Finally, we remain heavily overweight on the US dollar. Fiscal policies and their impact on bond markets are likely to be the main transmission channel for currency markets. This decision is also due to the high cost of hedging US dollar, in particular for Swiss franc portfolios. Thank you for tuning in, have a great summer, and I hope to see you next time.